Hello, welcome back. This is just me going over the answers from case studies part 1 and part 2, as well as the 2 exam style questions that I'd given you earlier. So for case study part 1, for land you should have got fruit and field. For labour I would have said his 2 assistants. For capital I would have said delivery van and the packing machine. And for enterprise it was Derek Thompson himself. So this one was nice and simple, just highlighting anytime you saw a factor of production. You didn't actually have to put them into different sections, it was just me showing you. Now for case study part 2, we have quite a few to get through, so I thought I would just put it up on a nice table here so that you can get through it quickly. So for case study part 2 you had a list of factors of production, and this time you were to sort them out into your own boxes. So for land we had the wood and plot of land. For labour it was joiners, electricians and bricklayers. For capital it was bricks, paint, cement mixers, ladders, plastic, glass and slates. And for enterprise it was just the entrepreneur's idea. So this one was nice and easy to get through. For your second task, which was the one, your last task was to tackle these 2 exam style questions. So I thought because it was your first time doing that, I'll go over how you would approach this on the slides next. So the first question was an identify question, and in business, cut a long story short, we love an identify question because all that is required is for you to state the answer. So it's one worded. So if in an exam it says identify the 4 factors of production, you would simply get away with just listing capital, enterprise, land and labour. And if you see, I've managed to make a little acronym from these 4 factors of production. So if you remember the acronym CELL, I feel like it does help when trying to remember what the factors of production are called. So again, you would just simply get the 4 marks for listing 4 different things: capital, enterprise, land and labour. So that's how we tackle an identify question. The next exam type question you were given was a describe question. So describe questions require you to give a thorough description on what you're being asked. So a wee hint, when possible, adding an example to illustrate your point really does help out, because if you're not maybe the best at explaining your ideas, just a little example can let that examiner know you know exactly what you're talking about. So this was out of 3 marks. I would have started it off by saying 1 factor of production would be capital. These are man-made resources of the business, so for example, machinery, and you just get your mark there. For my second mark, I said another factor of production would be land. These are the natural resources that the business use. For example, the plot of land that the business is on. Again, that would be my second mark. And then for my third mark, I said a third factor of production would be labour. This is the workforce of the business, for example, human resources. And I got my full 3 marks there. You don't have to add an example to illustrate your point. I just find that it's good practice, and it just means if you're not very good at describing things, you can still get your point across. So just again, rounding off, combining the factors of production, we call these people entrepreneurs, which are the people that combine the factors of production. This is what we'll be looking at next lesson. So thank you very much for joining in, and I will see you next week.